Changing up your engagement work in a way where the corrections don't seem intentional by the human can really help dogs that are overly anxious, very edgy, overstimulated, or just something different to add to the mix. Can really help your dog learn how to win, how to be successful, and work with you rather than feeling like they're being set up a lot of times. Now, to really break this down, when you turn, you're pivoting on that front leg and you're acting as if you forgot something, turning around, leaving your dog behind. So that's what makes it different. And you have to brace your arm in some way at your side, at your chest, or where you see me holding it. So this is a good one right here. I've decided to put the main chunk of my leash in the right hand, bracing myself. And then as I step out, I am going to drop my left hand, which is the side that the dog is on. Now, when I step out with the leg that's closest to the dog, I am going to pivot, turn my whole body as if I've completely left something behind, and I'm leaving my dog too because I'm worried about what I forgot. And then you see this tug on the leash because I push off, which helps her stay engaged and keep up with my turns. Just helps her pay more attention to me without saying no, and the dog always feeling like I'm setting them up. So I'm going to do a few things. I have my normal heel position with that hand right there. I'm going to drop the hand with the leash, and when I turn, I push off that leg. Now this is a bit overdone to show you, push off. So I step forward with the leg that's next to the dog and I push off that leg, and that's where that natural correction would be. But I'm turning as if I've left my dog behind, right? See, there's one right there. Now that one was a little late. Because my leash wasn't short enough, when I pushed off, the correction for her was when I was on the other leg. And so it was late. So it kind of swung her around. It was more of a tug than a crisp pop. So watch this. My leg already moves up on the step, then comes the pop. So I know it worked. I know it was effective for the moment, but with a more challenging dog, it would not have worked that clearly. This dog's already had pressure training and understands the concept. She's just a little wild, so it's good to use her for this. So I hope showing one of the ways you can make a mistake really helps you guys understand the importance of the dynamic of this exercise, from how much slack you give your dog, where that pop needs to be on the push off, where that leg is still moving, right? It hasn't already planted and the other leg started moving. And then the other common mistake is people don't drop that left hand. If your dog is on the left, I drop that hand and then go. So, and it's also speedy. So another thing that accidentally happens from this, and I do this too sometimes, is I accidentally keep that speed up the whole time, and you kind of want to slow back down. So that's a bit of a speed up, right? But then slow back down to more of a normal pace, okay? So we have all these factors in place. One of them is to really brace your arm, your hand. I'm using my opposite hand. I drop the hand that was holding the leash next to my leg when I do the turn. The pop needs to be on that front pivot push-off leg, if there is a pop. And the other thing is I want to make sure that I don't continue to just speed up, that I do kind of calm my pace back down. So you might have more space when you're doing this, so you can really remind yourself to slow down after that initial speed up when you do the, oh, I forgot something, and you rush a bit. Once your dog keeps up with you, tell them good job. Do not forget to tell them good job when they do good, and then kind of slow back down. Now I'm going to start to add in some sits, because she actually starts to get a little amped because I'm doing this in a short amount of space, a short amount of walking, and I'm keeping up that fast pace. So when you're outside doing this or you're in the yard, make sure you don't get too speedy. And with this type of dog, that actually amps her up more. So now I'm starting to add in some sits and a little bit of food for focus, which works for her. If food just amps up your dog, don't use it for her. It actually helps her. Now, we've got all those things, right? We've got the dropping the hand, we've got the push off and the turn, making sure that that pop is on the push off, not on that second leg step. You're turning completely, you're bracing your arm, okay? We've got all these things. The next thing, which is the most important thing, even if you make some of these mistakes, your dog is still going to improve their focus on you. The next thing is make sure you do several repetitions where your dog is successful. That's the whole point of them learning, guys, and the point of this exercise. Make sure you're incorporating things like this a few times a week, really giving your dog a chance to succeed on their own. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.